I'm hitting the go live button.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
That's what.
User requests exceed the rate limit? Huh?
Well, let me see. Nope, it's coming through. It's coming through.
Are we streaming?
Yep.
All right. We'll pause this crap. Oh my gosh.
I see us. Oh, it's coming through.
Okay, let me just.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, just give me a second here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, my God.
That's better.
Yeah.
What? I'm my
You're,
own toy.
oh, yeah. Just trying to ID it. I think it's one of those early Lockheed ones.
Yeah, not sure what I am. Maybe a Mattel or a Dinky toy. I don't know. So, uh, crud.
Join us. You
Second.
can even be on the show. Who cares if you have the right equipment?
Yeah. Let's try to put this external monitor where I can see it. The situation. Okay, that's better. Check. Check. Okay, we're still
Gotcha.
going.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Um,
Just getting used to hearing you through the earbuds.
yeah. I see. No, I don't want top fans. YouTube, you're so silly sometimes.
Hey,
All
let
right.
that be. Let that be. It'll just give people little crowns if they comment. Like party favors,
No, it
just
was
kind of.
just I was just trying to hit the live chat and I hit top fans instead. That's why I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
uh, all right.
Yeah, I hate that. I keep missing. It's like I need a laser sight for my mouse just so I can hit the right thing. Because there's some shit that if you don't hit just the right pixel, it's like, ooh, what? I said, no, I didn't want a balloon.
Uh, yeah, I know my internet is unstable. Uh, yeah, my internet went out about 3 hours ago, and I'm on the phone with the guy from India for an hour and a half.
Oh,
And I
good.
told him, sometimes most of the time this happens. Hello?
Yeah, keep
So most
talking.
of the time this happens, there's a cell tower. So I told him about that it might be a cell tower. And finally, after an hour and a half, he checked. He's like, "Yeah, you got cell tower out." And then he's like, "Oh, but it'll be back up in 8 days." So he's like, so try it again. Try your internet again, July 23rd. I'm like, what? I need this for work. Uh, so I had to scramble. So I'm at Thomas's house.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Remember Thomas is from BabbleGab.
Yeah.
But he didn't remember his password for his Wi-Fi. He thought he did, but nothing we tried worked. So we're using the neighbor's Wi-Fi, and it only
Oh,
works at
nice.
one end. Yeah, it only works at one end of the living room. So I'm like
Oh, okay.
hunched on the
Because usually
floor,
they'll put the password
holding the arm of
on.
the couch.
Usually they'll put the password on the bottom of the modem or the router itself.
Well, he changed it,
Of course.
There's got to be a way. Usually that you get like a password, you get it like a home, like a modem manager on your computer, and you can see the password usually. So, and my other friend who lives nearby, Wendy's mother-in-law.
Ah,
So I contacted Wendy and asked if she could ask her mother-in-law if I could use her, and finally, she relayed it back to me, yes. And then I called her son, and he has like physical issues, so it took him a long time to get into the house, and
uh,
he found out it didn't work. He doesn't have internet, so like crap. So I was going to Lowe's, and I was waiting in traffic in the traffic jam, and like shit, I don't have my external monitor with me. I gotta have that for the OBS to work. So I went
right.
all the way back home, grabbed it. OBS, if any of you programmers for OBS, make the pop out windows so you can actually drag them where you don't have to have an external monitor to get to them. Anyway, it's free, so you can't complain too much.
Yeah,
But I will anyway.
of course. Absolutely sure. Audio.
These Transforama fans,
Yes.
they're always telling me, do this, do that.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
But then they have a full opportunity to talk to me personally during these shows. And we can discuss exactly what they want. And then they don't.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey, hey,
Hey.
oh, hey,
Hey.
what you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing.
I was about to go back home. Eesh. What a day.
It was a nasty day.
What a dumb day.
Oh yeah. And a piece of advice, Dave, if you got your home internet and you got a Wi-Fi, make sure to change the password that it originally came with, and then forget.
Yep. Hang on a second. I'm trying to launch something here.
Uh-oh. God, you got a big hand. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, I changed my passwords immediately.
Oh yeah, and then but the key thing is you got to then forget what the password is.
Yes,
Yes.
I do that on pretty much everything I got.
You changed it. You changed it to poop kiss.
Yep.
Your password is poop kiss.
Yes.
Well, with a couple of exclamation points in there too. So.
Oh yeah, and well, you need exclamation points and the number one. Although you don't see that on the internet as much anymore.
Create your ultimate summer escape.
Create your own.
Create your own summer escape. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
What I do is I
Boy.
put the chat on my laptop in the background so
Ah, good.
I can see it.
Yeah. It's like I never had two monitors, and then somebody gave me an old TV set with an HDMI, and now I can't live without two monitors. Two monitors and the phone.
And then I pause the video on my back monitor because it's about 10 seconds behind from this right here, and if I watch that, then I get all like discombobulated, and
Yep.
so yeah, it started raining about noon today, and it just got worse and worse, and now blue skies are coming out.
Oh, of
But it was
course.
lovely here. I mean, there's trees down all over the place, or at least tree branches, not the trees. And I'm pretty sure that's
okay.
what took our power out. And
Yeah.
how to do at your house, Timmy?
What are you talking about?
The storm that came through today.
I don't know anything about a storm.
Okay. Well, we got hit down here pretty hard.
Had a little bit of rain.
That
I
low,
think
that
we
low
had
pressure.
that. We had it the last Friday evening. Or Friday night, Friday afternoon when I go to have my personal time outside.
Uh-huh.
It rained for like 2 hours solid. It always does it right when I get my drink, right when I'm getting set up, and it'll be dry all week, and then Friday, I could set my watch to it when it
Mhm.
storms. And I used to go right after work at like 3:30, and I even changed that to where I'll take a little nap or I'll do some chores and then I'll go out at like 5:30. So now that the rain waits until 5:30 to start now.
No, we had that low pressure that's going to become a tropical storm in the Gulf come right over the top of Ocala today, and it just dumped and poured and lightning and thundered all for a good 5-6 hours.
Wow.
Did you dance out in it in your underwear?
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Because then I'd just have to sit in it all day until I
Um,
could go home. So
Ah.
So I got my Pam Blondie autograph in the mail.
Yay.
cool.
She said it says, "See Tim, I got the list." Um, that was our hot topic.
Ah.
Also, Jeff Lynne, his ELO was going to have their farewell tour at Hyde Park, and he got really sick, and they had to cancel the concert.
I saw that notice on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, or his doctor told him not to do it. Some kind of respiratory infection or something.
Ugh.
That was it. That was going to be ELO's. I didn't know anything about it until after it happened. But
Yeah.
Elizabeth Rax was there, so I guess she was disappointed.
Yeah.
If something ever happens to Jeff, I got to think, well, there is a couple pictures of me and Jeff Lynne together, and they are the absolute worst pictures of me ever taken in my entire life. I mean, I won't share them unless I like put something over, if I like Photoshop something over my head. Hi, Mohammed.
Hi, Mohammed.
How are you doing? I see your avatar's. It's small. It's hard for me to see, but it looks like a kind of a cool robot. Cool guy, maybe.
Good evening, Mohammed.
What is that behind you, Gotcha? What is that?
A Chibaga.
I put it on
Chibaga.
Facebook the other day.
Did you take that picture? I thought that you just like shared that. Was that a real burger that you had?
Yes. Life is good, my friends. Life is good.
So now that what's in that picture is now doo doo.
Well,
Ew.
actually, it was doo-doo like a year ago or something. It's an old photo.
Oh,
Blue wires.
now it's been recycled into a McDonald's burger again.
Yes. Except that ain't a McDonald's burger, as you can tell.
It's like Three Guys.
Whose is it? Beef
That's
Brady?
in it. That's an animal style In-N-Out burger.
Oh my goodness. Extra messy.
Yes, extra messy.
He said, Muhammad said, "Evening, good gentlemen, especially for you, Mr. Timmy.
Timmy.
Yeah.
Now I don't know about the rest of you.
I was just
Speaking
telling
of
the
that,
guys, it's like we do this here every 2 weeks, and people come. You get apart, and I got a latency here because I'm doing this at a friend's house, and we're borrowing the neighbor's internet, and I've got like
Right.
1 bar of service, so it keeps so.
That's why you're.
I think
That's why you're.
we walk over each other.
That's why your feed is kind of blurry on my end. Like it's not fully pixelated. It's not fully like detailed. You know when you got that slow.
No, because I'm seeing it
Is it
fine.
like that for you too, Tony?
Okay.
'Cause you
No,
two are
I'm
coming
seeing it
along.
fine.
Okay.
Could be just my phone too. You know, because I've only got like 1 or 2 bars of,
Yeah, it could be. So yeah, I was just saying a lot of I get a lot of comments on the Transforama videos, people wanting me to do this, do that, do the other. Oh shit! Hey,
Yay!
what?
Hey,
Well, now that you're here, I will shoot.
Now we could start the show.
I'll try to hit up Darren. Yeah, now we can start the show.
pardon me while I eat. I haven't
No
eaten all
problem.
day.
How you feeling?
Get the
Ter-
burger
ter-
behind.
Terrible.
Oh, sorry.
Today was a very rough day.
Kind of look like a Klingon there, Mark.
I don't know what. Oh, do I? Okay, cool.
Was it a PT day or a doctor day or just a bad day in
I
general?
wonder how
It was a dialysis day and it was terrible.
Oh boy.
But you know what? You're here with us, and that's a positive thing. And
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, Putt.
Thank you.
In fact, I'm going to shoot Darren the link just in case. I mean, I don't expect him to come here every time, but
Stand by 2 naval personnel and be your own way from home on investigating spacecraft.
What was that?
don't know.
Hmm. So, yeah, Mohammed, we rarely know what we're going to talk about. We just talk.
Okay.
I tried to copy the link, and it's like Facebook and everything else. It's not what I want. I just wanted the Zoom link. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, on Zoom in the bottom where it says precipitants, and then copy invite link,
Uh-huh.
and then go ahead and paste that over in the thingamajig mob.
Let's see, I'm doing it on my phone. I don't know what I'm
Oh.
doing. I just wanted the. Hey, Tony, can you just email me the link to my
Sure.
Hyperjet account,
Sure.
if possible? Sorry, everybody. We're trying
Don't
to
know
get
if
this
you
thing
saw it.
going. It's been a heck
Don't
of a
know
day.
don't know if you saw it yesterday, Timmy. But YouTube has a new video out. A guy put out a Land of the Lost cast. Where are they now? Video.
People do that occasionally. And one time, a few years ago, they had a picture of Kathy Coleman when she looked like she was run over by a steamroller. I don't know what happened to her, if she was sick or if I don't know what happened, but there was a period of time around, I don't know, 2012 where she just looked horrible. Her face was swollen and red, and that's the picture they used. And I got after them. I said, "Why are you
Yeah.
using this picture when she was sick?
Well, it's 'cause they-
She looks, terrible there. She doesn't look like that in real life." And
They're
they
either
weren't
going-
aware. They acted like they weren't aware.
Well, they go for the engagement. I've discovered that a lot of videos, people will purposely mispronounce or misspell something on their videos to get the engagement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I understand they do that.
Reddit.
I don't have the. Oh, hey, Lewis.
Hey, Lewis.
Good-
Yeah, I don't have.
Lewis.
I don't have that
Mohammed, sorry.
email address. I don't have that email address in my contacts for some stupid reason.
Could you just give it to my other one, the
Okay,
email? then?
okay.
Because I'm having to do this on my phone because I've got such little internet that I won't even dare open a browser.
Yeah.
Mohammed, sorry. We don't really today. We don't really have a topic, but every time we're on the Transforama channel,
Hey,
we're
Steve.
welcome to talk about.
Hey,
Yeah, Steve's been battling.
Every time we're on the Transforama channel every other week, we're
Yeah, just basically
Can you hear
driven
me?
by the people's questions and stuff. But yeah, Steve's had kind of a summer cold for the last few days, and voice ain't the greatest. They had to take the day off from the show today. Hey, Lewis.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go fill up a pink stuff. Enjoy the burger in the background.
Oh, okay.
if this drops, please stick around, everybody. It's just that I've got a bad connection here, and
Oh, yeah.
if it drops, Tony will probably be able to pick it up. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but
It won't be a problem since I'm running OBS and I'm hosting the Zoom call, so it's all good. So behind me we have Pan Am 707. Pan Am's gone. And the
Jet
7
airliner.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that song I think mentioned the 707. I'm trying to think of songs that mention specific aircraft types, because Travel and Band mentions the 737, and Big Old Jet Airliner, I think he said 707 in that.
Then Creedence Clearwater has one that says 737 coming out of the sky.
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about.
Oh, sorry.
That's good. There we go. There's Timmy's back.
did we lose our YouTube feed and everything? Because OBS
Goodness, no, I'm doing all that.
down.
I'm running all that. No sweat. That's why I wanted to make sure that I could.
Oh, you're running YouTube?
Yeah, well, I'm running OBS and it's going straight to YouTube.
Oh, so I can shut down my OBS then.
Right, because that was what we were doing before the show. Steve's been asleep most of the day. Me too.
Oh, okay. If I just thought you wanted to be a manager as a backup. Okay.
No, I've been running OBS all this time.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Muhammad and everybody. I've just been. I don't know what I'm doing.
Harry, you seem a little out of sorts there, Timmy.
Yeah, there's I'm a model, a toy airplane on a bed.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if that's an early Lockheed or. Yeah, I think so. It doesn't look like a Beechcraft.
Kind of looks like a DC-3.
It's kind of small for that, though. It's only got 3 windows.
It's a DC-1.
DC-1.
DC 2.5.
Yeah, DC Deuce and a half.
There you go. It could be a Lockheed Sirius.
Serious?
And don't
What's
call
that
me
name that
Shirley.
Everybody shows. Are you serious? That guy with the mustache.
Look at that. That's airplane food, man. Of course, you know, a ticket back then cost like as much as a used car. So that's why everybody wore a suit.
Not like today's tickets where you pay for it and you might or might not get your luggage at the end of your trip.
Yeah.
You may or may not get fed.
I think I'm done with. I'm sorry, everybody. This is.
What's going
Yeah,
on,
Timmy,
Timmy?
all you gotta do is run the Zoom. You don't need anything else going. Yeah, I didn't realize that you didn't know that I was running OBS. I'm sorry. But Sobert is eating a brick.
That's why I was panicking. I thought I added you as a manager as a backup. I didn't know that you were actually taking over.
Yeah.
That's good because I would have lost everything there.
Yeah.
Hi, Sobert, Shark Cookie.
Yeah,
He
bricks.
eats bricks and eats.
Yeah, I
stairs.
don't know. They're not. Oh, stars, not stairs. Well, stairs could be made out of brick, but generally, bricks don't taste that good. I know they do have a lot of iron in them.
Well, if you do eat a brick, do you HIT a brick too.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, Steve Jarrett. How you doing, Steve? I'm sorry I didn't get to say hi before. I've been losing my mind here because my internet cell tower where I get my internet, I guess it fell down or something because of Gotchak's storm.
Did it go boom?
And the guy that from India on the phone, trying to get my internet back, and he's like, it should be up in 8 days. I'm like, what?
8 days?
That's what he said. He said, yeah, you should be back up by July. So I'm like, I do this for work. I depend on my internet. You person, you.
Yeah.
Well, if you eat your own batteries, Sobert, is that like recycling?
Yeah.
Doesn't the battery become less useful each time you poop it out and eat it?
Well, it's like diamonds, you know. Sometimes you gotta
There
eat
are
'em and
batteries
crack 'em
back in
back
the
up.
80s and 90s that had the little, was it Duracells that had the little points that you can push on each side of the battery? It would tell you the battery strength on the side.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they used to do that. Back
Sure
when
what you're
batteries
talking
used to
about,
last a
I'm
week.
sure I know what you're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
on you know, like the AA and the AAA cells, it was a little thing. It was kind of a little plastic thing on the side of the battery itself, and you push on it, and it would be a charge indicator.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That's back in the 70s or 80s when people made cool things.
Yeah.
I used to like to lick the 9 volts.
Yeah. I think
Well, we
Darren
used to do that.
Yeah.
Go
I think
ahead,
Darren
Timmy.
used to give Kendra the 9 volts to test. He'd have her test those 9-volt batteries.
There you go. No, we used to do that. At my old work, the microphones used to take a 9 volt, and it was, you know, they have all these batteries. Which one is any good? Okay, I didn't do it myself, but
Yeah, I gotta buy a lot of batteries for that robot costume. Just the voice
Oh.
modulator takes like, I think 8 AA's, and then the
Whoa.
helmet takes 3 9 volts for the different, one for the fan, and I've got 2 different LED functions, and then I've got a 9 volt for the chest piece for all of those LEDs. So
You know,
you gotta keep up
Lost
with a
in
lot
Space.
of batteries.
Yeah, but Lost in Space, that whole thing, that whole robot ran on a battery pack about this big, like the size of a small sandwich. And then they'd grab
Pretty
that,
cool.
pull it off of him, and go. Bleh.
Well, you know, that was in the future, so the batteries were
Yeah.
smaller. Hi, stupid black. What I was trying to say before I got kind of cut off is
Uh-huh.
you Transforama fans, they're always telling me what they want on my video comments, saying, do this, do that. Well, here's your opportunity. We could talk about that stuff if you. That's what I've been wanting to say for a half an hour now, but
Ah,
everything kept happening. So, ate a drum. Huh. Now that's interesting.
shouldn't be doing that.
I'm looking at your avatar, and your avatar, you look like an elf or a kid. So that's kind of, should you be eating those big things if you're a kid or an elf?
Now
Oh,
he's
is that
both.
Elroy?
so
Is that
it's kinda hard for me.
Elroy Jetson? Almost looks
I
like
can't
Elroy
tell.
Jetson.
It's so small.
Yeah.
My eyes aren't that good. Hey, Steve, can you join us, or are you boobering?
Now, he's been sick last few days. He was able to do the Big Bob show on Saturday, but he took the Thursday and Friday off, and he took yesterday off. So I don't know if he's. I mean, we got room. We can just shove these little Brady Bunch things over. You'd be amazed how many Brady Bunch squares you can get in one of these babies.
Or would we be the Babble Bunch? You know?
Oh, we'd have to have Alice Cooper in the middle.
Yeah. An exclamation point. Yeah. Okay. Hey guys,
Yes.
Yeah.
give me a second. I'm going to try. I think he remembers his password now. So let me drop off, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 seconds for your gallant
2
crew.
minutes.
2 seconds.
I always do that. Every
Let me
time
try
somebody
this
says,
one.
"Oh,
See
give
if
me
I
a
can do
moment," I
this.
say, I shall give you 2 moments for your gallant crew.
What's the actual span of time for a moment?
It's between Quaver, I think, and a New York minute. Of course, there's such a thing as a hemi-demi
Yeah,
semi-quaver.
There you go. Thank you. Want to move back to the what you want?
Yeah, I guess I could. Hey, you
Want to
fuckers,
move
am I
it back to the Eskimo?
Am I back?
You never left.
Yeah.
Is that cool? Well, I'm on the
You
real
just
network
jumped over.
now, so I can go into the office and I don't have to hear the toilet thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So let me.
Which you want me to carry?
Because I never
Can
heard
you
the
carry
toilet
the
thing, but then my ears don't work worth a damn anyway.
Oh, there he is.
It's
I
mine.
hear somebody
I
else
don't
talking.
I don't need that one then.
Yeah,
just
that's,
use yours. Okay. So give me a second, guys. I'm going to relocate to his office.
Because Timmy's at a friend's house using their internet. Now that they figured it out.
Thank you.
You bet.
This was-
Now the place behind me is a good place to eat. Mountain
that
Doom
internet was
Barbecue.
Very unstable.
Ah,
Yeah,
I unplugged your lamp.
So sorry, I couldn't remember.
Hey, I'm just
Bugs
glad
Bunny's lamp.
you plug your lamp back in because I. Thank you, sir.
Some lamp. I'm going to shine it up and use it as an ashtray.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm at the age where I know all the lines from every Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Well, on my side over here it says we got 0 people watching. So
Oh, well, that's a start. Zero's a number, at least according to the Persians.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know I'm not muted. Just trying to make this work.
You're not a mutation.
I'm not a mutation. Hey, say hi to Thomas, guys.
Hey, Thomas.
How we all doing, man?
Good.
Outstanding.
Hey, is
I-
Marion
I-
count?
I
Is-
finally remembered the password. I was
Ah.
off today here. I don't know
Ah.
what I'm thinking.
Is Marion County in your region?
No.
Okay.
I know where that is though, because I'm in District 2 FDOT, and I'm trying to remember where Marion is.
Marion County is Ocala, south of Gainesville.
Oh, that's right.
Ah. So have you been to the Don Garlitz Museum yet?
No.
No, but it's right down. It's literally like 2.5 miles from me. We're over there.
Because that is like Mecca for me. I mean, no offense to our friend Muhammad, but I would love to see that place.
Well, come on over, Tony. We'll go. We'll check it
Yeah,
out.
I'll get my bicycle on freaking I-10 and then.
It's called Greyhound, man.
Oh boy, yeah. I'd survive a trip on a Greyhound. Yeah, I might have like 3 weeks vacation coming.
Well, I'll tell you
Then it
what.
would take 3 weeks to get back.
We just got done. I'm going to be in Arizona next month. Southwest had a flash sale, and we bought tickets for like $73 on Southwest from
Oh my God.
from Tampa to Phoenix. So,
Ah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm here.
Yay.
I can finally do the show. I'm not.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm still playing though. It's okay.
where'd Timmy go?
Am I gone?
That is Timmy.
Shh.
Don't do that to me. Sorry, everybody, for the chaos. If it wasn't for chaos, then we wouldn't be BabbleGab, would we?
No.
We don't. This is chaos. We don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Another
Zero
show. I
people.
know every line from every show.
this almost didn't happen. From what like I said, that my internet went out, so I'm like, what am I going to do? Because I host this on my OBS on my computer, so I was going to go to Lowe's and use their Wi-Fi and just do this from their parking lot. And then anyway, I called around and I got Thomas, and it's just been we just did this just in time, like a few minutes before we started. I gave Tony access to this, so in case I dropped. So I mean, it was like skin of our teeth kind of thing.
That's how we do it here at BabbleGab.
At
Yeah.
least we did it. Thank goodness for Thomas. This will be dedicated to Tom. And Putt for showing up. We appreciate Putt
Yeah.
for showing up.
Very much so.
I'm trying.
The fact that you're here, Bark, is enough.
Yeah.
I had a dream this morning or last night. There was this angry black horse. He was in bad mood. And he came up all mad to me. But then I started petting it and he was okay. But found out, I guess it was a mother and her baby was there, her colt, but it was a giraffe.
Well, that does happen.
And after a while of petting, I finally got tired of petting her and they just kind of trotted off. It's a really weird dream.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, I had the recurring dream of going to work, getting there, and all the equipment's gone, the cameras and the monitors and the set's all gone. And nobody knows what's going on. Only it's not exactly where I actually work. Everything's sort of a little bit different. And there's a bunch of people there I don't recognize. That's
In other words,
supposedly
the company,
Yeah.
I say, but so that means the company you work for just like up and moved out overnight or something.
Or just decided to change everything, you know. Because I'm always the last to know anything. It's like I ride up there on my bike, and it's just every day I show up for work, and it's not just a smoking hole in the ground. I figure it's a good day.
Yeah, I guess so. So I had another dream like a week ago, or it's like another thing. You're in a house, and it was this huge house. I figured it was one of Darren's. It must have been. And my grandma was there, and my mom, and all these people that are no longer with us. And they were preparing on going into town and having fun on Halloween night. I'm like, well, shoot, I don't even have a costume ready, or because it takes me like an hour to paint myself up and everything else. I'm like, wait, I can be the robot. And Darren comes down this stairway as like this. He's kind of like a half Darth Vader, kind of has got some of the Darth Vader clothes on, but he's got like, I guess the regular, nothing on his head except his hair is all swooped back. Like it's like he must be one of these dumb new Star Wars characters, like these Disney Star Wars things. Anyway, it was a neat dream just having my folks there again. And I think the neatest part was that I was going to go out and dress up and have fun. Anyway, that was all that is. This is actually the bed of my childhood home in Kansas City where I grew up, because and even though my closet isn't green, I don't know why it's green in the model I made, but it was I made the model for the film. I want her for myself because it shows every room of my childhood home. I did a whole full tour as the waffle.
The waffle.
Yeah. I don't think Tony I don't think Putt or Gottschalk remember any of it.
Probably not.
I'm reading from this new book about, the peanuts are made from backwards.
What about penis? Penis what?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and then some. Yeah. So crows can remember the faces of humans, and they can also hold a grudge.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't you just say that about every animal, pretty much? I mean, dogs know human faces, and what? Shoot,
cats don't.
You mean cats don't?
Or they do. They just don't give a damn.
Well, that may be true there. People, they don't give animals enough credit.
Well, sure.
Like,
where are they going to put the credit card?
Well, yeah, it's in their mouth.
They don't have pockets.
So, but they actually, it's like my grandma used to. If the dog did something really dumb and you're about to paddle, oh, don't paddle him. He doesn't remember what he did. He just did it. It's like people don't give them enough credit. It's like they're not.
That's why they have such low credit scores, from FICO.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
In 1878, the first telephone book contained only 50 names.
And half of them were Bob.
Bob.
You know, 1878, my eldest grandfather was already 9 years old.
1858.
78.
Oh. So that means he was 100 in 1978. See, I know a little bit of math. I hate numbers, but it's okay.
Now, he was born in 1869 in the Kingdom of Bohemia. And
Hope
Butch
he went.
Miller wouldn't let him go.
Dang.
Butch Miller, will you let me go? Butch
Here you go.
Miller.
Here you go. Here's a good one.
Okay.
Squirrels are responsible for the majority of power outages in the U.S.
Yep.
Why,
Had
do they
one at the
ground
studio.
themselves on the- do they ground themselves on the by hitting two different? I don't know how that works. I'm not a phone.
Yeah, basically, there's a big. It happened to us at the old studio where I used to work. There was somebody actually saw it happen. They just heard this big, and then they saw a squirrel just flying through the air.
So I'm like, what are they touching that does that? Is it that
Wires.
coil that's by the big capacitor thing, like the big
The Transforama. Yeah.
They just get up there and crawl on anything with electricity, blow wires out, transformers, you know, the little glass bulbs, you know, they used to put the wires on, you know.
oh, the insulators?
Yeah, the insulators, that's it. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a whole bunch of insulators. I got some on my kitchen cabinets. A bunch of them.
I remember guys used to shoot those things.
Oh, don't do that. They're antique.
Yeah, it's no good.
And I had a whole box of little insulators. They look like salt shakers almost. And I was going to sell them at a garage sale.
It's too hard. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Here's one Pud has mentioned before. So, jellyfish are considered biologically immortal. They don't age and will never die unless they are killed.
Yep. That's because they're what's called a siphonophore. They're a colony creature.
That's awful. Could you imagine being stuck as something like that forever? It's like,
Yeah.
but
It's like this. Go ahead.
well, we were talking about something, and the insulators.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, I had a whole box of them. They're about the size of like salt shakers, and I took a few out before I took them to a garage
Thank you,
sale with
baby.
friends. And what happened is,
Okay.
we covered everything up, you know, that night. We had everything set up, and then guess what? Disabled veterans, they came in there in the morning. They stole our stuff.
Thank you.
They just uncovered things and stole
How
like
can
a
I
whole
reward you?
table's worth of stuff. They took my insulators and they took all sorts of things.
Make sure you
Huh.
take some payments, okay?
So we called them and raised cane,
Lay down, just sit.
and it wasn't until the garage sale was almost over where they finally returned my stuff, and they didn't return all of it. And the insulators are gone. And then,
Of course.
but guess what came out of a box? My Berlin tape that was signed by Berlin.
You like your apple?
Somehow it ended up in one of the garage sale boxes. That's one of my most cherished things. So that worked out good.
Yeah.
Berlin, the band?
Yeah, I've got a Berlin tape. Like Darren, he's a butthole, but when I was like a sophomore in school, he went to my science class and he pulled me out. He said, "Come on, you're coming with me." I'm like, "Where are we going?" He's like, "We're gonna go meet Berlin." So we went to this record store and
Wow.
yeah, and that was right when "Take My Breath Away" was on the charts. So that was when they were at their biggest. And Terry Nunn, she's only like this big. She's a tiny little girl. Yeah, but it was pretty neat. It was a neat experience. The first rock band that I ever met. So I didn't have their album. I'm like, well, I don't have anything from the sign. He says, "You can have my tape because I'm going to buy a CD." So wasn't that nice of him?
Yeah.
It was really neat. Boy, she
And
was hot.
Gottschalk, okay. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, boy. And Gottschalk, I don't know if your book says in there why some old planes have plus signs on them.
They're
Hello.
German.
Is that a hot dog or is that a bratwurst?
It's the worst.
with sauerkraut. That's my Mount Doom barbecue behind me.
Ah,
Mountain
Yeah,
Dew
that's-
barbecue.
That's
Wow.
see, there was this fairly popular book series, and then they made it into a movie with like really cool music, and the movies were super long. And that
and if
had
you get
that
the
thing.
director's cut versions, they're even longer.
Oh yeah, no. What you got to get the director's cut, and then a few months later or a year later, they come out with the super duper director's cut, which shows all the
extended
actors
version.
putting their costumes on and everything.
Flavors this.
They come out with the director's cut, then they come out with the extended director's cut, and then they come out with.
Very cool. I haven't had a popsicle in a long time.
Here you go,
They
Tony.
have-
See if you can take a guess at this.
Neat.
What's the shortest commercial flight in the world?
Probably me, since I'm like only about 14 inches long.
Well, that's what I was basing this
Yeah,
on.
I
but-
think it's in the Bahamas somewhere. It's like from one island to the next, and you basically barely even get the plane started, and then you go, "Nah, okay, have a
Well,
nice day."
this one actually says 1.7 miles.
Nice.
The world's shortest commercial flight takes place between two Orkney Islands, West Ray and
Orkneys.
Tape West Ray, just south of Scotland, separated by a distance of only 1.7 miles.
Ah,
Operated by Logan Air, the flight duration is officially 2 minutes, but under ideal wind conditions can be completed in only 47 seconds.
let's go good.
It's called Why Bother Air.
Yeah, so I'm guessing these are no smoking flights because you can't even get the damn thing lit at that point. It's like,
Wonder if they call it Logan's Run.
all right,
Logan's
put it out. Logan's Run, yeah.
I
No,
wonder
I
if they
once-
provide, in-flight drinks,
Oh yeah, it's a shot. You get up to altitude, do the shot, then okay, we're landing.
So
No, I
what's
once
the point?
took.
What's the point of it? Why not just take a boat? Because planes are a lot to maintain, and I don't know. It seems like it could be a safety hazard.
Or you could just have like,
They
Something
say
tells me it's
9 out of
probably
10
just-
airplane crashes happen on takeoff and landing.
well,
I was gonna say it's probably island hopping, to the different islands, picking up, and
yeah,
It's just school buses are for.
but they're islands,
yeah.
So is it like
No,
a
but-
747 Dreamliner or something that does this, or is it like a little
Yeah.
big hopper?
Doesn't say.
No, I once flew a Douglas a DC-10 from Kona to Hilo, Hawaii. Now it was part of a
DC-10, wow.
well, it was a flight from Los Angeles, but stopped in Kona and then took off again and landed in Hilo, which is as the DC-10 flies is about 50 miles. It just barely got up. I don't even know if they retracted the landing gear.
No, I don't think it's a de Havilland. I think that's English. No, what is it? What is it? What is the Canadian one? Canadair?
Canadair, yeah, that's some big one. Or the other one's Bombardier. And well, there's the Havilland Canada. They make the Beaver
Oh, do they?
and the Otter, and they made the Dash 7. Yeah, I've flown in a Dash 7 once, the high wing turboprop.
I think the best little hopper I ever flew in was I don't remember. Was it Embraer? It was the one from South America.
Yeah, Brazilian Embraer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it almost looked like it would look like a Learjet. And it just had it had one aisle, you had one seat, and on the other aisle there were 2 seats. So it was a really little thing.
Prop job in Texas once, and I think I hit every air pocket in the sky. And
Are you
boom,
done?
boom, boom, boom.
Texas
Not
seems
quite.
like a bad place to fly over. And I don't think I have any good stories
Oh.
about Texas.
I think 2 of the shortest flights I've ever had, maybe I've mentioned before, was Cincinnati to Louisville.
If you need me, just call me, okay? I'll be
That was a pretty short flight.
I want to play my
Hmm.
game right now.
And then
Okay.
I'm sore. I'm going to take some meds and
Okay.
just rest a little bit. But I'll be awake. I guess I better put these over here just in case.
I think
My
my
shoulders.
shortest was Sydney to LA.
That was your shortest flight?
Yeah, it was
Sweet.
only 13 hours.
Yeah, Timmy's a globetrotter. He's been to places that I could only dream of going. Like, I don't know if he's been to Istanbul, or maybe it was Constantinople.
Now I've flown over the world, but it was to places I didn't want to go. But you know,
Yeah.
Well, now it's all places I don't want to go. I do hope that the film festival at least does something kind of in a place, screens like in Italy or somewhere, because I would like to go at least one cool place.
Italy, okay.
I'm a little disappointed in these film festivals. It's like, because in 2020, when the first movie was out, I thought that the COVID ruined everything. And it wasn't really COVID. It's just like a lot of these festivals. See, they'll accept your film, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean it's going to screen. So,
it'll screen on a TV screen, you know, in some back room somewhere, you know.
well, that would even be okay if I could just meet some people and you know, even house parties are fun to have. I'm going to have one here at Thomas's sometime.
Well, let me know. I'll come up.
Well, come on up. Yeah, he lives in Florida.
Well, yeah, Ocala. That's right. Only 90 minutes away.
I think one time on an inter-island flight, I was on some kind of weird little, I think it was a Mitsubishi, and one of the engine lid covers with the latch was loose on it. And I was going to tell a stewardess, but I figured I don't want to get her upset. I figured it wasn't going to fly off.
Well, that
Actually, I think
plane Skinner was on. They looked out the window and the engine was
That's
on
what I
fire.
want.
And
half track.
The motorcycle with the half track. The
I'm
Kettenrad.
listening to you, Timmy.
I was just saying they looked out the window and the engine was on fire, and that should have been a hint not to
Yeah.
get back on the plane. You know, it's like,
Actually, I take that back. The shortest flight I've ever been on was between Denver and Colorado Springs.
Ah. You do that with
I
a
think-
rubber band.
I think we buzzed, you know, Castle Rock on our way down there. So
Ah.
Was this a military
Drunkest
flight?
flight you were on?
yeah, what was the drunkest flight you?
no,
were
it was actually on Pacific Air back when Pacific Airlines existed.
Ah.
I lived down in Colorado Springs, and you know, I just had the connecting flight that flew into Denver and then flew down to Colorado Springs. And if I would have thought about it better, you know, I just would have parked my car at DIA. Actually, it was Stapleton at the time.
Well, Thomas
Ah.
asked what was the drunkest flight you were ever on.
Ooh,
I can't remember drinking on a flight.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Most I
yeah.
ever had was one of those little bitty wine things, and didn't even get a buzz.
I only drank on a flight once, and that was the last leg of that trip from Jacksonville to Perth. And it was the last leg from, I don't know, Texas to Jacksonville. And they put me in first class. And I thought it was a mistake. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. And so I was sitting there just all very rigid because I was expecting them to kick me out. And they asked if I wanted a beverage, you know, an alcoholic beverage. And I'm like, no thanks. Because I knew that because I could just picture they give me this alcoholic beverage and then they snatch it from me. or they demand money for it all of a sudden. So, but no, when she like read my name off of the flight log thing, I'm like, okay. And so then I had a couple beers, I guess.
Ah,
I
okay.
got bumped from a flight in LAX to Seattle because I drank too much. But I had to cross LAX and they got me on another flight because I had a connecting flight to Alaska.
Well,
how
to
do they
be
know
fair, you were the pilot.
They just said I was a little too intoxicated. My brother and I were drinking kamikazes.
I bet you two were loud.
Oh, very loud.
Well, those airport bars don't cut anybody off. Well, you can get drunk as a skunk in those airport bars.
Well,
Yeah.
sure, if you got like $8,000 in the friggin' bank.
Yeah.
Boy, I remember LAX, they had the little cafe thing, and the like cheeseburgers were like $12. So this was back in the early 80s. I mean, now you have McDonald's cheeseburgers $12, but wasn't used to it back then.
How about the stupidest flight anybody's ever taken?
stupid.
Oh my gosh.
I got one. You want me to tell you about it?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
So back in like the early '90s, before I got married to Jackie and stuff, Frontier Airlines back in those days, you could get like $29 tickets one way to Denver to Atlanta.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
I flew to Atlanta and back the same day from Denver.
Whoa.
I flew from Denver to Atlanta, ate at Crystal's. I know how much Timmy loves Crystal's.
Ah.
I ate at Crystal's hamburgers in the terminal at the Atlanta airport, got back on the plane and flew back.
Why did
Same
you do
plane?
that?
Why not?
Because I was craving at Crystal's and I flew to Atlanta and ate at Crystal's and got back on the plane.
See, that's what rich people do. They do that all the damn time. Oh, I really like a Delmonico steak. Let's go to San Francisco, and then.
You know, you
But the problem is, I got to get a real ID. I haven't been up in a plane since 2001, so 24 years, and I got to get a real ID because apparently my California driver's license is now considered a fake ID. But
An obsolete ID.
ah,
Yeah, there you go. Now, one of the shortest commercial flights here in Florida is between Tampa and Orlando. But
there
after
you
traveling on I-4, I understand.
yeah, it's, depends
Yes,
on traffic. You know, the plane is probably slightly quicker if there's traffic.
The only cool thing about I think it's I-4. It's around the Disney area. There's this. It was when I was with Holly, with Kathy Coleman and Howard, and we were driving there, and I looked out the window. And there was this giant expanse of like 70s hotels or apartments or something. It was this huge village, and it was just all dilapidated and abandoned. The windows were, and it was just sitting there gathering moss. I was like, "Do you see that? It's like a whole big village," and it's just been. And there's a lot of. Afterwards, I found there's actually internet stories about that, the history of it. That it's actually kind of cool. But I think the worst one. I don't know the stupidest, but I guess it was that trip. It was a AAA travel agent that was stupid. I hate her. I still do, even though it happened like 30 years ago. She sent me on this itinerary. I'd said this before, but I was supposed to go to Dallas, and because of a thunderstorm, we got diverted to Austin, and we had to sit on the tarmac for 6 hours in the plane. They wouldn't let us.
Well, I've done that before. I did
Yeah,
it
and
in,
the
I did it
pilot
in
got some
Detroit.
pizzas for us, but
6 hours.
6 hours, and then finally they're saying, well, the pilots, because of the rules, they got to go to bed, and so we had to find a hotel. It was awful, and so I was wanting to go to the opera house and these things, and I did go to the opera house, but it was at midnight. Everything was closed. I just climbed around it. But and the other stupid one, I don't want to say this one.
Well, you already brought us there.
It was leaving. It was there was one. It was always because of Dallas, and it was Denver to Jacksonville. Denver to and they delayed my flight because they couldn't get pilots because they were stuck in Texas because of storms. And I ended up getting to my Miami connection at 11:30 p.m. and the airport was closed.
Nice.
I just sat there until morning, and then I was ready to get a car, rent it, and go home, and I should have. And it was awful. And I finally got home at like 24 hours after I should have. And finally, when I got there, I got to the Jacksonville airport, and I went to the bathroom, and they gave me like a free Whopper. That was it. And
Nice.
that was it. And I went to wash my hands, put soap on my hands, and there was no water. I'm like, fine, fuck. That was the same trip where the first plane was struck by lightning.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice. Now that's a Frostschutzmittel.
It didn't help that people because everyone's like, what? And then all of a sudden the pilot put on the air, oh Jesus, it would have been better if he didn't do that.
Yeah, that's true. So a flight from here to Gainesville, Florida is about $500 round trip.
It's not bad at all, really. It's
I
halfway across
guess
the universe.
that's a
Speaking of which, look at
one-stopper.
the universe. Did you hear about that? I was just telling them, Thomas, you hear about Jeff Lynne?
No.
He was supposed to do they were supposed to do the last ELO concert. It was a
Yeah.
farewell concert in Hyde Park, and he got sick. His doctor, I guess it was a respiratory infection. His doctor told him not to do the show, so it was canceled. So it's like the last ELO gig was canceled.
That's like that Black Sabbath gig. Ozzy sang it from a chair, and
Yeah.
what is it? The drummers got like heart issues. Oh man, they're
Oh, really? Is Ozzy still doing the Black Sabbath?
No, it's just like a farewell, the last
Oh.
show ever.
So, but he did reunite for a show. Look at
Yeah,
that.
they did it. They did it for benefit. They raised millions of dollars for some charity.
I think the weirdest was seeing Pink Floyd. Oh, what was that? 2007. Seeing them all four Pink Floyd guys locked arms on the stage.
And they still hated each other.
Yeah, I know.
They, yeah, but the thing that surprised me, it was Bob Geldof that got them together. The thing that surprised me is it was Roger Waters that basically begged David to do it.
Really?
Yeah, he was actually on board, and it was David that they had to pull kicking and screaming.
Which based on everything I've read, I'm surprised because Roger Waters is the one that kind of killed the band to start with.
Yeah, Roger was
He was the whiny butt.
yeah, he was a whiny butt. But they know they did too. There's a YouTube video of Roger and David doing another show together.
Yeah, I
Sure.
think acoustic, right?
I think so, but they were like having trouble with the sound issues, and it was funny watching both of them. They were working together to try to get the sound thing going. I was like, I can't believe it's. And then David and his entourage were doing something, and they were near a studio with Waters, and they asked Waters to come out in the parking lot, and he came out, and they had the cameras going, and that one was a little more awkward. But they were nice and polite, and they said hi and this and that. But the love was gone. I think the love was gone by about 1976. But, I actually, the only Kindle book I ever got, it was on Prime, and it was free on Prime, was Nick Mason's biography of Pink Floyd. I was so excited because I wanted that book for a long time. I finally got to read it. It was the dumbest thing I think I ever read. I was so disappointed, and because it did have a few interesting things in it. It was an interesting read, but it had so much who's who filler stuff. Like, so our next lighting crew guy was John Busey. Now he graduated from Oxford, and he's got a family of 3, and he would just go on and on about people that it's like, this isn't really. And then finally I'm like, well, it's 1979 or whatever, it's The Wall. Okay, what, this is where the juicy stuff is. And it was just like nothing juicy at all. It's just like, okay, I had enough. And I went to Amazon to the reviews, and everybody else went there at the exact same place. What's going on with this? There's no. And at the very end of it, he kind of admitted that he gave it to David Gilmour and Roger Waters to proof, and they would just put X's over entire pages. Anything they had a negative light on them. So I think he put in the who's who stuff just to fill up pages, because all the juicy stuff was gone.
Yeah.
Like, why bother?
I read the Eric Burden one once, and that was an awful book. Oh, it was a bunch of drunken and drugged up escapades.
That's kind of like me. That's kind of like me, Thomas. I quit reading those biographies of famous people because that's all you got out of them. It was like the same story, just different names.
Yeah.
You know what I found, because when I was real sick a couple of years ago, not the operation, but when I was even sicker, Wendy Lou, she lent me this book, David Grohl.
Oh yeah, from
of Nirvana. Yeah, and that was before he showed his political ass last year. So I was reading it, and I thought it was interesting when he was struggling, but then when he made it with the food fighters or whatever,
yeah,
it was like basically the whole phase of his life where kings and queens bow before him kind of stuff. And
Ah,
I got kind of sick of it by then. It's like, I liked it better when he was struggling, and I find that with everybody. Even my pal Fred Brodsky, I'm reading his book again, and it's so fun, the struggling parts where they're, just
yeah.
trying to make it, and then once they make it, it's not interesting anymore. I think the most interesting read is uh, Al Cooper, and I told you about Al Cooper. He's kind of like the Forrest Gump of rock. He was there when everything happened in rock and roll history, and he was bragging that he doesn't get any sleep. Mike sleeps maybe an hour a night, and he just works and does his projects because a doctor told him, he's like, "Oh yeah, you only really need an hour of sleep." And I'm thinking, what? So he amended his book when he was older, saying that, well, he had a stroke in his eye, and then he had a stroke in his other eye, and then he had a brain tumor. And I'm just like, it's because you don't sleep. I really think so.
Sure.
You need
Yeah.
7 hours of sleep. I don't care what your doctor said.
What was his? Was that like Hunter S. Thompson's doctor, or it's like
I don't know
Doctor
who that-
Bombay? But Gottschalk, I was looking at flights from here to Gainesville. It's like $500 round trip.
Well, Gainesville, you have to make like 3 stops to get there because Gainesville Airport, is not very big. I would fly into Tampa or Orlando, and I would come get you. It's not.
All right, let's see what
I've
Tampa's
known
like.
I've known Tony for
Oh
like
yeah,
13
only 3 a Frontier. Go ahead.
I've known Tony for like 13 years, and it's like he's never said he'd visit me, and now he's going to visit you.
That's because I have Don Gerlet's museum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Garlics.
that's reason enough.
Mm.
Don Garlitz is the big daddy.
Garlet, sorry, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the reason that they put the engines behind the driver and dragsters. They started
Right.
doing that in the 70s because he had an accident. Did it split in half, or did the engine blow up? Because they used to be behind the engine.
Oh yeah,
And,
you basically your butt was like right on the rear axle, and the transmission was between your legs, and it wasn't a good thing.
Well, he had a whoopter wobber on the drag strip, and they thought he floofy, but he didn't. But it was like a wake up call. Same thing with Richard Petty. In
Yeah.
1970, he did a barrel roll in his Roadrunner, and I guess the car ended up on the roof, and they thought in the window what was like raw meat out the window. It freaked everybody out, and it turned out it was just his sweat rags, sweat rags. But it scared everybody so much that after that, that's when they put the nets on the car windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's literally, that museum is literally like 2.5, 3 miles from me, right over
Hi,
there.
Wendy Lou. We were just talking about you.
Hi, Wendy.
I don't remember what I was saying. But
Yeah, Wendy, we were just talking about you. Yeah,
Only good things.
yeah,
Right,
just
Wendy.
blame it on Timmy.
I met Thomas's Wendy. Clay said that they didn't have internet there, so but I made it just in time. It was pretty scary for a little bit trying to get this thing started. And that was the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
Yep. Goodbye.
She said, "Hey, good to see you back, Putt."
Thank you very much.
Now, see, I read that. Hey, Putt, it's good to see you're back.
Well, we're not looking at this.
No, there's not an R there. Good to see you're back. That's what like a play director would say.
Yeah.
You done any plays recently, Thomas?
Nah,
Use your blood pressure close, baby.
busy building a farm, man.
I'll put them in the
Yeah, I went to Thomas's farm. I think that's like a 60s song.
Yeah, that was a Bob Dylan song.
Yeah, Maggie's farm, wasn't it? Maggie's farm no more.
Sounds familiar. That was a pretty good Bob, which means it was pretty bad. If that was a good Bob. uh, and then there was like Madster's farm. That was this Woodstock farm.
Yasgur, yeah, Max Yasgur.
Paul McCartney and Wings.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, Paul McCartney, who was a former member of the Beatles and Wings. I love those AI headlines. It somehow thought that it needed to explain who Paul McCartney
You
was.
kind of do now because you got a whole new generation of people that don't know what the F the Beatles even were. So,
Well, no, that was the old joke back in the 70s. What do you call a dog with wings? No, I mean, the other joke is, Paul McCartney had a band before Wings. And of course, the joke evolved. It became Paul McCartney had a band. And then who's Paul McCartney?
I once out of nowhere I posted on Facebook. I said a piece of trivia. I said, "Did you know that Paul McCartney played Mr. Bojangles when he auditioned for Wings?" And you always got to have some butthole that's like, well, actually, he's one of the founding members of. I think it might have been Gottschalk that said he was
Probably.
one of the founding.
What?
No, I'm kidding about you, Gottschalk. It was probably 10
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah, okay. No, because I remember that I was looking at, because I got the Google app on my phone, and you go to the Google thing, and it'll show you little news reports and all this stuff. And it's usually about like either Beyonce or football or FUT, the where they kick it, football. And but it said, why do some old planes have targets on them? And I thought that was so damn funny that I put it in our little chat. And Gottschalk over here proceeds to explain, like I needed an explanation, why planes had targets on it. Dude, my father designed the planes that they put targets on. My uncle flew them, and my mom got bombed by him.
Hey, you asked a question. I was going to explain, so.
At
My
least
mom got bombed by them. It's like, okay,
Hey, come on,
I know what the damn targets are for.
At least I didn't take the bait on that. And that's why he just asked why the planes had the plus on them, the plus sign.
And you know what? The tanks had the same markings on them. So
Yeah. But the plus signs or the targets, and it's funny, like,
It is funny to think about that they paint a target on their plane. It is kind of funny. They kind of did look like targets.
and the targets were different colors to
Yeah.
signify
Colorado
different
Springs-
squadrons.
Colorado
Yeah.
Springs is so run down and violent that the Target store had all sorts of bullet holes in the sign.
Well, when I was a kid, I don't know if it was like that up where you guys are. When I was a kid in California, if you're out in the country, you would never see a road sign that didn't have at least one bullet hole in it.
Oh, yeah.
You still see that in Colorado up in the mountains now.
Seems like you see it here.
Yeah, you're seeing some of them in Georgia. It's funny, when I moved here, Dana was like, "You're moving to the land of MAGA hats and all that stuff." And rednecks and with gun racks and all that. I got here and I said, I told Dana, I said, "I've been here about 6 months. I haven't seen one MAGA hat." I said, the uniform for all rednecks seems to be a neon colored shirt and a pair of cargo pants. That's what every redneck I see wears. And then
Yeah,
they have
we
a ball
evolved.
cap of some kind. What's that?
We evolved.
Yeah.
We did. And,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, I mean, that's the start, that typical uniform now.
Yeah.
It goes back to that Al Cooper book.
I don't
In the
know.
60s when he was Bob Dylan's keyboardist, when he went to I don't know, Tennessee, or he went Atlanta, it was somewhere, and his hair was kind of long, and boy, he was almost got his clock cleaned just just by these punk redneck kids, because his hair, it's like they talk about people of certain colors, how they were mistreated in the South. Wait, what if you're a white guy with long hair? You're treated worse.
Well, that's why I had to cut mine.
Out there, do what?
That's why I had to cut mine.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so in about 73, he was down there again, and that's when he met Skinner and signed them. But he said that it was a whole different place in that little bit of time it changed. He said now the rednecks were laid back and they had the long hair.
Yeah.
He said it just changed so much in that little bit of time.
And there's a Mercury. Hey, Timmy, you recognize that car?
Yeah, I used to have one, sort of. Yeah. It was a coupe, black, 1950. Just like that one. That's a bad story. I don't like talking about it.
But when
I
I
thought
was
you
in
had
high
fun with
school,
it.
we had changed all the speed limit signs in Canton, Connecticut to P limits when you take a white spray paint on an S and a D. So nobody could figure out why there was P limits in the town.
There's these in Missouri, the state roads aren't numbered, they're lettered. So you have V or M. And there was one called UU. And my Uncle Clay, his daughter, he had 5 daughters, and they used to call it saggy titties.
Okay.
Not as funny as Pope, yes, but
Then again, they have no you. No you. No you.
yeah.
The biggest thing I discovered here in Florida driving around, speaking of roads, is I could be 3 miles away from the Walmart over here, and it'd take me 20 minutes to get there because no road here in Florida goes in a straight line.
Ah.
Yeah, you're used to Denver where it was all gridded.
Yeah, here I have to go down the block, turn here, turn there, go up around these trees, around this way, back around, back up, and it's like, holy crap!
Hey, look at the map of Jacksonville. It looks like a broken windshield. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're separated by a big ass river too.
Well, it still grid the streets somewhat. I don't they just like they had no. I don't know what they thought of. Like what they.
Well, they probably followed the train line. They probably followed the train lines. That's what happened out here. Is that the main road would kind of go along sort of the same line as the train tracks, and then the city would spring up, and they put in a grid, but it wasn't always north, south, east, west. Sometimes it was cockeyed. Like the street that goes right by here, it's almost east-west, but it's not quite. And if you get a compass, it's like, oh, that's south?
It's like my house. It's my yard, my street up my house. It doesn't go north. It's like northwest or north by northwest, something like that. It goes up crooked, which makes my driveway and everything's crooked. So it's like I don't know what direction I'm looking at when I'm in my place.
That's the one thing I do miss about.
Is like that. It's like a giant spider web. If you look at it from above, all the streets are connected.
Well, it's
great.
called Charlotte, so it makes sense it would be a spider web.
Charlotte's Web.
When I went through Charlotte, the one thing I remembered is we passed by the Speedway, and you could just see the bleachers and it seemed like you could see. It just seemed so cool, like it was this. I don't know. It seemed almost surreal how big it was, and that you could see the. So I kind of went to Google Earth just so I could see that again, and it wasn't anything like that. You couldn't even see the track. All you could see was like what was this memory I've got where I'm passed by this thing?
Yeah, I thought the NASCAR track. I thought that was in Martinsburg, not Charlotte.
Martinsville.
No, it's just outside in Concord.
Okay,
North
that's right, Concord, North Carolina. Yeah, okay, yeah. But there's also one in Martinsburg too, isn't there?
Martinsville, I think.
Martinsville.
Martinsville? Yeah, maybe it's Martinsville.
Yeah.
But that's the one that's like really skinny, right? It's like it's like two straight lines and like a little U-turn. It's like a super tight turn, not banked at all. And they always take the older beat up race cars there because they don't want to take the nice one.
There's a corner that's so. There's a hairpin turn that's so tight that they actually have to grab a pole outside their car and spin it around when they.
They need a bat chute.
Then, of course, an hour to the east of me, I've got Daytona. So.
I've never been there. I went to the speed park, and went on the rail dragster,
Ah,
and that was fun. But I've never been in the actual super speedway.
Yeah, there's a dirt track down by you, Dave. It's called the Ocala Speedway, but they also call it Bubba Speedway, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's on my bucket list. I would love to do some like either a dirt track racing or even a demolition derby. There's something fun involving cars. I think that would be neat. I'd love to do
I
that.
say Florida's got what, 2 NASCAR tracks? They got what, Daytona and Homestead, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
What's Sebring? Is that like a
That's a
circuit?
sports car road course.
yeah.
Colorado used to have a NASCAR track, but they decommissioned it like 30 years ago.
Ah. Well, we used to have Ontario Motor Speedway out here. It was actually pretty much a copy of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I drove past it once back in the 70s. I never really went in. And they got rid of that, and they put in apartments and stuff. And our friend Dennis Holseybrooke lived on what used to be Ontario Motor Speedway. And the streets in his little development there, apartment complex, were actually like Porsche Street and like McLaren Street and all that.
Oh wow.
Sweet.
Even cooler than that, in Jacksonville, the west side, all the streets are named after Peter Pan and Tom Thumb.
Ah,
Like all of you, there's even a Batman. It's like all of whoever came up with the streets in the west side had a lot of fun with it.
yeah, I kind of ran
Bo
into
Peep, all of
Bo
them had
Peep
these,
Street.
Huh?
Bo
Have you all
Peep
seen
Street.
this new Superman movie?
No,
You've
I haven't seen any new anything.
No. I'll watch
I
it
hate
when it
everything.
streams.
Yeah, I
Except,
hate everything.
Disney's going to reboot Indiana Jones, so
Are you going to see that?
don't know.
I didn't even see the
Kind of rebooted
the
Indiana Jones a couple of years ago, but they
yeah, Indiana Jones and the broken hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indiana Jones and the broken hip. I never even saw that one.
I'll tell you what, the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny I thought was actually better than the Crystal Skull.
Ah,
I didn't watch either of them.
My boss did, and he said he watched the Dial of Dysentery. He said it was. He said that even the action scenes were so long, and he was looking at his watch. He just said it was a very tedious movie. And I told him, yeah, that it bombed. He's like, it did, and I'm like, yeah. I haven't watched a Hollywood movie in I don't know how many years, and I don't plan to. The only movies I've seen is like that Am I Racist one, or what was the one about the child trafficking? I watched that one.
oh, that one, yeah, with Caviezel.
It's like, yeah. I just watch like the independent films now. I don't even watch anything from Hollywood.
Yeah, we saw the Indiana Jones and the Nuke Fridge. It was a bunch of us Indiana Jones fans, and I had my suit on and I had my Indiana Jones hat. And the thing we remember, there was near at the end, there's a wedding scene, and Indy's hat blows off, and little old Shia LaBeouf leans over to start to pick it up, and the entire theater goes, no! And then you see Harrison come in and snatch the hat away, and everybody cheered. It was the high point of the movie.
They should have snatched the director chair away from whoever made that movie. Please. I mean, really, when they rode off into the sunset at the end of the Holy Grail, Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail, they should have ended it there. Really, I think everybody.
Well, yeah, they did for a while. I mean, they didn't think to bring it back.
Me and Putt saw Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom once or twice.
Couple
Say
times.
the least.
Back before Rickroll happened, Putt would do that to Gottschalk. He's like, you tell us, Gottschalk.
Yeah,
No,
Putt kept
Gottschalk would do it to me.
Putt kept taking me to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I don't know what the hell that was about.
That's a lie.
I guess I will say
Gottschalk would take me.
You can't even say your own story right.
Yeah.
He would lie to them and say that they're going to watch this and that, and then he'd take them to Indiana Jones instead. That was
I remember one.
Ah.
I remember one day we left school at like 9 o'clock in the morning. We were gonna go do something else, and we ended up at the movie theater watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Ah. No, I was at a con kind of thing, and there was a guy. It was a guy who did all the leather jackets for Crystal Skull, and he had some that he'd made for Shia LaBeouf, and God bless him, I could have worn them as a hand puppet. I could have just put the jacket on my hand and say, "Hey, I'm Shia LaBeouf."
Jeez.
Then it was
I think those Hollywood people, they're only like 3 feet tall, most of them.
They generally like them small.
Easier to smack them around.
Yeah.
And then there was a night me and Putt went and watched 3 movies in one night. It was
Oh, good.
I think
We
so.
we actually saw Indiana Jones and what was the third one? The
I
Crusader
can't
one.
remember the name of the third
Oh,
one.
the Holy Grail.
Yeah,
Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail.
yeah, Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail. Then we went and saw like Glory, and then we went and saw Hunt for Red October.
I remember that night.
Ah.
And then Darren made me watch the second 2 Lord of the Rings movies, the director cuts, which were 4 hours apiece.
Yeah.
We had to watch
Good.
8 hours of that Tolkien crap. Darren, if we're watching this, come on in.
Yeah.
Defend
But
yourself.
no, I saw Hunt for Red October in the theaters, and when they're getting ready to board the Red October, they bust out the deep submergence rescue vessel. You know, the little tiny submarine that they actually carried in an airplane,
Yeah.
and it was able to go down to the sub and then clamp onto the hatch so they could get into the sub. My dad worked on that. It was designed by Lockheed Missiles and Space in Sunnyvale, California. It was one of the last things my dad worked on there. And looking at the movie, hey, I know that thing.
Yeah, no, this wasn't movies that me and Putt like rented on VHS and watched. We actually went to 3 different theaters and watched all 3 of these movies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I remember on VHS night, if you're going to go rent VHS movies back
Don't
in
send
the,
Putt.
what's that? Yeah,
Don't
because
send you.
no, I picked some good ones. Bad
Oh, yeah.
Lieutenant and Cabin Boy. But no, when you go
Okay,
out
I
to
like Kevin Boy was pretty. It was funny.
yep,
We'll be right back.
Was it Cabin Boy or Eric the Viking?
Ouch.
could have been both.
Well, Cabin Boy had, of course, Chris Elliott and his father, Bob Elliott, who was one
Yep.
half of Bob and Ray, which is one of my favorite comedy duos. The guys are so deadpan and so funny. And it was kind of cool because I think it was the only time they ever worked together.
No, it was a
I mean, the
good
movie
movie.
was stupid as all hell, but you know, it was entertaining.
Well, that was Chris Elliott's style,
Right.
being stupid as all hell. He started on David Letterman.
Oh, I remember.
He'd create these wacky characters that would pester Dave, and like the man under the stairs and other things. It was just hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got his own movie, which was stupid and wacky, just like his dumbass characters were on David Letterman.
And
and then he-
Letterman had a cameo in that movie.
Yeah, he did. And then he had his own show for a while called Get a Life.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny too.
I just thought it was cool that he got to work with his father on that movie.
That is cool. Yeah.
That's what I got to tell Steve. Steve, you're still listening. Find Bob and Ray. They have the funniest crap. It's so low key and it's so deadpan, but it just cracks you up. It's like these guys.
You're not a lefty, are you?
Well, guys, I got to get going. I'm so sore.
All right.
And I'm
Hey,
so sorry.
I'm glad you're able to come for as long as you can. Just happy to see you anywhere.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, he was going to leave when I was out taking a pee. I see
Yeah.
how
We
it-
all leave when you're out, Timmy.
Yeah.
Love you, Putt. Hope you feel
Love
better.
you too, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks
Good night,
again
bud.
for all the good wishes and stuff.
Yep.
Prayers and everything. Keep the prayer chains going. I'm not out of the
Absolutely.
woods yet.
We do
So
it work.
take care.
Definitely, Putt.
Yep.
Take care, buddy.
Well, now the show just went down the crapper, so.
Yeah.
Well, we got
So
one
Steve, we got
square
room over here if you want to
we got
like
room.
slide in.
left.
Like the Brady Bunch.
I know, right? Tony gets mad when we do the Brady Bunch thing, when we do the blue backgrounds and start looking at each other. Yeah. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum.
The problem is you can see it from your end, but on the other end, you don't know quite sure if you're looking off into space or you're looking at.
Well, neither did the Brady's, and then they didn't know what the heck they were looking at.
Yeah,
I
they just had
think
the
that-
director just said, so look up, look down, look here, look all around.
And that's before the Hollywood Squares, right? So I think the Hollywood Squares copied the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in first grade, I had a counselor named Mrs. Tim,
Ah.
and she's the one I gave a handful of dandelions to, and she said she was allergic. And I gave that
Oh.
to a Don Weisler line. But I asked her if she watched the Brady Bunch, and she didn't know what I was talking about. She didn't ever hear the Brady Bunch, and she asked me to describe it. She might have just been asking me to describe it. It's like rhetorically, but
Ah.
I didn't describe it
Yeah,
well. I'd say it's his family, and they're in these blue squares. So, come on, I was like
I'm glad-
6.
I'm glad you got kind of that memory, Timmy, because I don't remember anything till like the 5th or 6th grade. So.
Oh, not me, man. My third grade teacher was hot as hell.
Well, that's the only reason why you remember the 3rd grade, though.
Where did you go to elementary school?
Actually, I went to several different elementary schools because my dad was in the Army and we were moving around.
Oh,
Ah.
Actually, I do remember.
Go ahead.
I went to Mudge Elementary School.
Ah.
you said mud for a second. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Close, Mudge, Mudge, and that was on Fort Knox or Fort McClellan, one of the two.
I don't think
Fort
it was
Magoo.
Fort McClellan, or I would have probably heard of it because I lived in Anniston for so.
Fort Magoo, that was it.
Headache town. Well, I went to elementary school called Stookie.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It might as well have been. It was
Dookie?
Stookie. I might as well have been Dookie. No, it wasn't a bad school.
Wasn't that Peter, Paul, and Mary? He was Peter Stookie, I think.
Yeah. Paul Suki.
Paul
Peter Yarrow, Paul Suki, Mary Travers.
Wasn't there a Yarrow in there? Peter Yarrow?
Yeah, Peter Yarrow. Is this thing on? Paul Stuckey
Sanders.
and Mary Travers.
Oh.
Travers.
Are there anyone from that trio left?
No, I think Paul just passed away, or Peter. One of the two guys just passed away.
Yeah.
She was the first to go, right?
Yeah, she passed about 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago.
So did Judy from the Seekers. I don't remember her last name.
Yeah.
Hey there, Georgie girl. Not to be confused with the new Seekers who did I want to build the world a home and furnish it with love.
Furnace shit?
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Furnish shit.
I think they got to be very dictatorial with
Right.
I learned to do that. Jill was such a stickler about that because she was a school teacher before she ran the Playhouse. So I couldn't be like America. It's really bad about it. Their songs, I need you, I need you. Oh, she'd have smacked me if I said it like that. And Thomas knows. He knows
Yeah.
Jill. Yeah.
I was going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask you a question, but go ahead with your story.
Remember it. I just asking Thomas if he did play recently. I asked him before, but I don't remember the answer.
No.
Oh, he's been working on the farm. That was his answer. Okay, go ahead.
That was
Go
right,
ahead.
yeah.
Is Gracie White your ex?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
She changed her name back after the divorce. I'm like, fine. I don't want you to be a Ross.
I
Anderson.
not that she sent me a friend request. It was just one of those recommended friends that you get on
Oh,
Facebook.
yeah, I get those.
You went up.
And there was a Gracie White on there, and I was like, wonder if that.
No, you can friend request. I don't know if she'd know who you were though.
No, that's you get like a reel of 50 million
Oh, I know.
Read recommendations.
Some of the recommendations are kind of cool. Like they're kind of like musicians that from the '60s that I like. I'm like, oh, sure.
As long as it's a real thing, you know, it's like, oh, this is
Well, yeah,
Hokey
Richard
Blue from the
Ross
Blue
was-
Blue and the Hokies, and you know, it's not the real guy. But actually, I remember you were talking about taking military flights and stuff. I was in the Civil Air Patrol as a cadet back in the '70s, and I did take one military flight. It was a Caribou, and
The 2-engine 30.
yeah, and they left the cargo door open, the rear cargo ramp thing, left that open during takeoff, so you could look out the back and say, "Oh, there's the airport."
I thought you were going to say
fun.
you fell out. You fell backwards out of it.
No, I didn't fall out of the damn plane. I'm a little more sense than that.
Funny.
No, we were all strapped in.
Okay.
And then on the way back, you're talking about de Havilland, Canada, flew back in a Beaver, which was a bush plane.
At the Havilland Beaver.
It
Yeah.
jokes out, even though the kids today don't know why we would call it a Beaver or a bush.
You know, I didn't know the beaver thing for a long time, until like a year ago, why it was called that.
But it was, you know, single radial engine, and boy, that was fun. I got to sit in the right seat.
By the time I came of age, people shaved.
That's what I mean. You missed out on being, you know, going through puberty in the '70s and reading Penthouse and all that stuff. And boy,
I
howdy,
see.
that was like, that was like, oh my goodness, it was like Orson
Penthouse
Welles.
and Playboy. And then there toward the end of the 70s, you got Hustler, if you really
Oh,
want to
yeah.
go. You know.
Oh yeah, Larry Flint.
I did buy one Hustler. It was in 1991. I still got that magazine. It was the only Hustler I bought. I like it. It was funny.
Now, I'm not going to say I ever saw these magazines, but you know what my favorite part of Hustler was? The amateur girls that would send their own pictures in, you know.
Oh,
I don't
goodness.
think it was divorced husbands sending their ex-wives.
Yeah.
I really don't think that some woman is going to have some pale Polaroid of her with her legs spread. Send it to her. I don't know.
Oh God, I haven't.
They do.
Isn't
more
like-
power to
Oh,
them.
Isn't
this is
like
gone
play-
down now.
Isn't like Playboy all like online now? You can't even buy the magazines anymore.
Yeah, I don't think they do a print version. There's no women in it anymore. It's just like,
Like sharper image ads.
yeah, oh shit, yeah, Sharper. I remember them.
Clean
No,
your hair
and
with
the old joke was, I only read Playboy for the articles. And
I only go to Hooters.
for me,
the
that was why I quit reading Playboy, was because of the articles. They just got further and further, just out the door left, and it's like, and what they would do is if there was like a Spanish word, they would italicize it, including taco. Oh, I had taco sauce, and it was like italicized taco, like you're supposed to say taco. And it's like, yeah.
It's kind of like I quit hanging out with Bill Clinton because he wouldn't inhale. I quit doing drugs with him.
Yeah. I think of all the former presidents, Clinton would probably be the most fun.
Yeah, but you know, if you say the wrong thing or whatever, they got you dead.
Well, no, just
You'd have to hang- you'd have to
make sure
hang over.
make sure she ain't hanging out. Do you think she hangs out with him? I don't think
I was
they've
wondering
even
that
seen
last
each other the last 2 years.
Yeah, I always wondered, you know, because you always hear that about her, but you know, it's like if he's not into that stuff, like killing people, it's got to be an awkward marriage. It's like I married an axe murderer kind of thing. I didn't see that. There's so many movies I have not watched.
Oh yeah, there's so many classics that I should watch and I haven't watched. Like I've never seen.
Like Darren, when he was on here last, he said he's kind of tired. He's through with new movies.
I tell you, yeah, everybody is.
So I said, well, there's probably a million old movies we haven't seen or worth watching again. I like even Thomas. Hopefully, we'll all get to do this.
Unfortunately, a couple months ago or 2 months ago, I had to go see a movie in the theater. So,
Oh, gross.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
unfortunately, I have a 7-year-old granddaughter and a 5-year-old granddaughter, and they wanted to go see Lilo and Stitch, the new version of it. So,
Oh God, how awful.
Oh, I'm sorry.
well, Lilo's sister was pretty hot though. So
Ah.
Was she like a sponge or something and anthropomorphic? I don't know. I haven't watched any of that. I think the last like Disney kind of movie was at a drive-in. It must have been about 2002. It's probably the last time I went to a drive-in, and Gracie and Josh were watching the one with the clownfish, Finding Nemo, and I was out the back window, looking out the back window, watching Fast and the Furious 2 without any sound.
Which is probably the best way to see it.
Yeah, that's basically what I used to do when I was a kid. What Tony? What movie that was that, Tony? It was one of those car exploitation films in the 70s, and they started off by having a Jensen and driving the Jensen off a bridge or off a cliff or something. I think it might have been Speed Trap or something.
I don't remember that one. I just remember the Italian Job from '68 where they had the Mura.
They were able to put a mirror in there and long enough where it didn't catch fire.
Yeah, well, they ran into. Well, actually, they didn't really, because they ran into a tunnel, and then later there was like a big boom coming out of the tunnel, and Lamborghini had supplied them with a body shell that they'd been using for like crash testing and stuff.
And they didn't.
And so that was the.
Really.
Well, God no.
They did a crash down and they show the wheel coming out the other end of the. Pretty much.
But that was the one. Yeah.
Most beautiful cars ever made, though. I got to say.
I saw one on the freeway, and I was looking. That's a Mura, and on the 101, which goes across the San Fernando Valley in Southern California, which is one of the crappier freeways, like the not very good pavement, lanes are kind of narrow, no shoulder, and he's driving. And I thought to myself later, it must have been Jay Leno, because who the hell would drive a Lamborghini Miura on that particular freeway? Because even at the best of times, I mean, the body shell of that thing is like a millimeter thick of aluminum. It's like a beer can. I mean, they're beautiful, but they're fragile as hell.
Thomas was going to buy he was looking at, what was it, the 1970 Galaxy XL, the fastback?
Yeah.
We should have got that. We could drag race.
It was a big Google wagon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna recount a movie from the 70s. I don't know the name of it. I only remember the ending. And Tony can help me. I remember the ending. It was a California Highway Patrol guy on a motorcycle pulled this van over, stopped him, got the guy's license, and I guess they were transporting drugs.
It was Electric Light and Blue.
Okay, is that where he got back on his
Robert
motorcycle,
Blake.
discovered he had his driver's license, went to go pull him up, and the guy opened up the back door with a shotgun
Yes.
and shot him? And
Yeah.
Robert Blake, huh?
And
Yeah.
you know,
Never saw that one.
It was the producer for the band Chicago, because I think half the band was in the movie
Really?
itself. Yeah.
There's one
Cool.
I saw when I was like 4. It was on TV. It was a movie too, and that's all I remembered was the last scene. And it was a guy. He had some artifact in his hand, and he kind of like tossed it in the air and caught it. And he got into his car, and then he started, and it blew up, and you had this voice saying, "Bang, you're dead," and then the credits rolled.
Hmm.
That was 52 pickup with Roy Scheider,
Was it? I have to look that up.
where the guy gets locked in a car.
No, I think it was a convertible. It was just the guy at the very end. He thought he was getting away with something.
Yes, it was 52 pickup.
I'll have to check that out.
Roy Scheider.
I didn't know Thomas watched movies and new movies.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Roy Scheider, there was a movie. When I was like 7 years old, there was a trailer for a movie on TV, and it looked like there was this old guy driving this car, and he was going down this mountain road. I'm like, I wonder what this is about. And the next day, I remember a kid telling me, I said, "Did you see that movie with the old guy driving?" He's like, "Yeah, I saw it." And I'm like, "What happened?" And he says he drove underneath the truck. He crashed underneath the truck. I'm like, "Really?" Because all I remembered was they said it was something about 7-Up.
The 7-Ups, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Roy
see, it
Scheider?
wasn't, but I just remembered something about. I'm like, why would there be a movie called Seven Up with an old man driving a car? And that's such a bizarre memory. And it wasn't until maybe about 10 years ago with YouTube where I looked it up and found that seven. It was Roy Scheider, and
Yeah.
it was a pun. He wasn't an old guy, but he just looked like it in the preview. But it was like a Pontiac Ventura,
Yeah.
and sure enough, he drove it underneath the truck. So it was kind of funny. It's like, wow. So that
The reason why we
conversation I had
watched
with this kid when I was 7,
the reason why
finally
we watched so many movies from the 70s and the 80s, Timmy, is because back in the 80s and the early 90s, we had the three big ones. We had HBO, Cinemax, and Showtime. And you would just sit and watch those three channels like nobody's business, you know. And I
Darren would
always,
get them occasionally, and it was like Christmas getting those. Wendy Lou said the last movie she saw in the theater was the live action version of How to Train Your Dragon. Well, that's pretty recent, right?
yeah, that's like,
that's out in the theater now, right?
yeah.
I've never seen any of them because I'm more
The most
interested in-
recent movie that I still want to see is the Top Gun thing, although I'm probably going to be disappointed by it.
No,
I just like to see
actually,
somebody my age flying a fighter plane. I couldn't even climb into the damn thing.
It's basically Star Wars with F-18s.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's disgusting.
What?
What you just said.
Okay, did you see Top Gun Maverick?
No, sir. I never even saw the first Top Gun.
Okay. Top Gun Maverick, their whole job at the end of the movie is to fly down this canyon really fast and go up and drop bombs into a 2-meter target.
Use the instrument panel, Luke. Sorry, that's a wrong. Use the instrument panel, Luke. There we go.
Yeah, I don't think Alec Guinness was in this one. Oh yeah, and that's right. They had to go down a canyon and a 2-meter target, just like they couldn't do in real life. Oh well.
You know what would have made Star Wars better is if.
Leave it alone?
No, yeah. I can't believe that Lucas did all this stuff after the fact, like when he's going down the trench and he shoots the what do you call it, the vent,
Yeah.
the 1 in a million shot, and he had to do the slide whistle that down. I think we mentioned that before. I think recently people complain about Man with the Golden Gun with the slide whistle on the car stunt, and I'm just thinking, and the fact that Sheriff Pepper from Louisiana being in Thailand and riding shotgun didn't bother you at all. It's like, that movie kind of jumped the shark before the whistle.
Well, Scaramanga had that the Matador with the plane on the back, and I recently found out that was actually a model. It wasn't a real flying contraption. Yeah.
Actually, a movie I'm going to watch this weekend. I was thinking about it this past weekend. I think I'm going to watch the original Smokey and the Bandit again. Just to.
Oh yeah, the best.
Yeah. But what the hell is a Diablo sandwich? Anybody know?
I've heard of a Monte Cristo sandwich, but not a Diablo sandwich.
Probably something they made up.
I got peppers and stuff in it. Yeah, some
Actually,
people like to torture themselves.
Yeah.
Somebody on Movie Chat I just read recently they were complaining about no it was Cannonball Run. They were complaining about that it was hardly any like racing action. It was just mostly all these side gigs they were doing and stuff.
Yeah.
He was all disappointed.
What was the original Cannonball Run? Was what Adrienne Barbeau and that other girl was in the Ferrari, and Dom DeLuise was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Jackie Lamb, and they had the van, and DeLuise played Captain Chaos.
The only thing I remember from Cannonball Run is Roger Moore.
Yeah,
wasn't playing. He wasn't playing James Bond. He was playing himself, Roger Moore, but he was doing James Bond stuff, which I thought was funny.
I remember.
Yeah, he had all the
barbell tits.
Adrian Barbell tits.
Yeah.
Huh?
In the Lamborghini.
Yep.
Yeah.
With that other girl. Who was the other girl that was with her?
think she was on that
No.
Lobo show.
Dinah Girl.
Yeah, that was it. Dinah Flow.
I thought I had the hots for Dinah. Do you remember Dinah Girl, Thomas?
Yeah.
No,
It was a
Yeah, from the
Sid Martin
70s.
show, Lecture Woman and Dinah Girl.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, she was good looking.
It had what's her name from that was on the soap opera for like 40 years. That was
Yeah. Oh, Deidre Hall, I think.
Deidre Hall. Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of Adrienne Barbeau, I was looking her up for some reason on the Wikipedia and all that. She went to college at this little college that was just down the street from me in Los Altos, California, back in the '60s. And I never got to meet her. Didn't know who she was. Wasn't famous yet.
Tony lives where he probably just mingles with all of these celebrities all the time because of where
And
he
just
lives.
Well, I don't know
it.
they're there. It's like Joan Baez was further up the mountain, and I didn't know that until years later.
I mean, I think the only one we have here in Yulee, I think, is Mark Lindsay from
Yeah.
We're in the Pictures, Cherokee people. And I only know that because, I mean, I've seen some of his Facebook posts, and I'm like, he lives around here. And then when I had my PT, right near you, where you live, Thomas, right, the shopping center right
Yeah.
there, and they said that Mark Lindsay goes to that location that he was doing PT at the.
We used to have the wrestler Sable lived on the island for many years.
I think a lot of them have houses on the island. I heard that Fred Rogers had a house on the island.
And who's the writer there? Not John Irving, the guy who wrote the Tom Cruise movie about the lawyer there. He writes all
John
those-
Grisham.
John Grisham lives on the island.
I think, they say people have, I wonder if they just have houses on the island so they don't have to pay state tax, and then they actually live somewhere else.
Well, here
Well, it was like Joe
Ocala-
Walsh. I remember Joe Walsh in The Life's Been Good. I got a mansion, forget the price. Ain't never been there. They tell me it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that line.
Yeah.
Well, John Travolta lives here in Ocala. Matter of fact, he's got his own runway that goes up to his house.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a 707.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
and
actually a little. It's like an airport that has houses around it, and every house has like a taxiway that goes to the runway.
Yes.
And I heard that he flew that 707 to Ireland by himself without passengers, and yet he's one of those people that's pointing fingers at everybody about carbon emissions and shit.
Oh, he's one of those.
I did a paper on it in school, and maybe it's BS, but that was part of the paper. It was kind of the hypocrisy of some of that environmentalist celebrities and stuff.
Well, you don't hear much from John Travolta anymore since what's her name died, Kelly,
Yeah, I know.
Who?
his wife.
Kelly Preston. Yeah, he lost his son and his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jet.
That's sad. Well, I've got a friend. I can't mention her name, but she would wait tables at a popular resort hotel, and she'd tell me who she met so many celebrities, and she said that there's some that you can't share. You couldn't give her eye contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she said John Travolta was just the nicest person. Always knew her name, so I'll give him kudos for that. Hi, Keaton, the cool guy. How you doing? How is Holly doing? Am I right? Holly Connor. I went and tried to check out her YouTube page, but there were 10 Holly Connors.
Ah.
So I didn't know which one. But if I tried,
Holly Connor.
I like the name Holly Connor. It's got a
Yeah.
nice ring to it.
It's like Sarah Connor.
Yeah,
Except she's a Holly.
but better.
And I was gonna say, speaking of John Travolta, hasn't even like Scientology kind of shrugged him off at this point, or?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Tom Cruise too.
Oh, I thought Tom Cruise was like
didn't take those people seriously after that.
Yeah.
Of course, you go down to Clearwater down there, you can go by the huge, Scientology Education Center. So.
Ah.
L. Ron Hubbard.
Darren was into that. He was into him for a while, and he didn't get into. He was interested in the Scientology, and he read the Diabetics, that book.
Diabetics.
Yeah. Diabetes. Now he read that book and he was telling me all about it, and he was interested, but he never actually like joined their religion, their cult. So that's good.
See, I like this background here, but it looks like somebody drew all over it.
It looks like a little amoebas or something all
Yeah.
over it. You know?
So I'm really serious about us doing a director commentary on some of the Apology None films or cartoons. You know,
Yeah.
I'm thinking this would be a good place to do it on the Transforama week, but because everybody that goes to this channel, they know the Apology None characters. Well,
What the hell is that?
Yo, no, whatever you
What's
do,
what?
there's a voice.
Is it coming across?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
somebody else in the house.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to do a director commentary of that. And Thomas was in one of them.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like. Did you guys see Jacksonville's about to get a baseball team?
Yay.
Who cares?
The Jacksonville Jackasses.
Who's getting it?
Jackson.
That big developer in Jacksonville. I guess they're finalizing the buying of the Rays.
Really?
Ah.
I didn't know about that.
Well, didn't Jacksonville already have a baseball stadium?
Well, it's a small minor. It's minor league.
What, they're getting a major league?
It's the jumbo shrimp,
Yeah, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
like military intelligence,
Yes.
but different.
Did they really? They were the Devil Rays, and did somebody really get angry that they? You got the Devil.
Probably,
So-
yeah.
I like that name, the Devil Rays. It's kind of cool.
And now you got
Well, it's
the
like-
Cleveland Guardians now. Instead
Yeah,
of,
Jerry. Yeah.
They should have called
Well-
themselves the Deviled Hams if they were going to complain about it. You know?
Yeah, there you go. But no, the Dodge, they had the Demon in 71 and 72, and it had a little devil with a little trident, and the trident he was holding it down and made the M in Demon. And there were
Yeah,
so many
people had to
complaints they had to change it.
Well, you know, we still got the like this the Underwood Devil Ham still got the little
Yeah.
So that's been around for since long as I can remember. So since I was a
Yeah,
kid.
and I saw it for all my life, and I've actually tried one like maybe 2 years ago. It only took me
Pretty good.
60 years. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah,
But it only took me like 60 years to try it.
yeah. You put
You know,
it on the
out of
tractor.
what they have, I actually prefer the chicken one they have instead of the
Devil chicken.
something like that.
Yeah, I'd buy it too. I don't know why I quit buying it. There was a reason. I can't remember.
Because you quit eating everything, Timmy. You know.
Yeah, I kind of just stopped eating everything, but they are good. Yeah, Thomas is in the last page of Summer. He is the one that was on the billboard that was covering up Tracy's painting on the billboard,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Bingo!" That was fun.
Bingo.
Yeah, your character is in this new one, but it's just a drive-by, literally.
Ah.
I said I got yelled at by cousin Oliver, by Robbie Rist, about having too many characters, and
Yeah, you're saying.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
but he's kind of right. I mean, I look at him as a professional. He's a animated voice actor, so he kind of knows.
Yeah.
Like, well, I kind of thought, you know what? It was a family and friend reunion. I had everybody on there, you know,
Yeah.
and a lot. I mean, I had the whole cast of Tommy doing voices, you know. So it's like it ended up adding up. That it adds up real quick. All these little, you know. I was basically giving credit for people doing that were basically extras, is what I was doing.
I didn't know Joanna Cameron died.
Who's she?
She played Isis, Almighty Isis.
Is that a 70s live action cartoon kind of?
No, it was actually like a TV show. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on. Well, she started off on the Shazam show
Yes.
back in the
It was a
70s
spin-off.
in the morning.
Spin-off.
Yeah.
I used to get
Oh, and
Shazam and Captain Marvel mixed up.
Well, the same guy. I mean, it's the same franchise, and they like broke it to pieces or something.
Not
Because
really,
Captain
they're different
Marvel was
guys.
said. Captain Marvel said Shazam, and they turned from Billy Batson into Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, I seem to remember that there was one that was almost a kid. He almost looked like Butch Patrick in the
Yeah.
Blitzville, and he was a young one. But then the Captain Marvel seemed like an older guy. I think there were two different. Did one turn into the other?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the comic, the comic from like 1940, it was called Whiz Comics, and didn't mean you had to, but and it was Billy Batson, who was a little kid who sold newspapers at the subway, not the sandwich store, but the actual like New York subway, and he meets this goofy guy, and it turns him into like every time he just says Shazam, and he turns from a kid into an adult Captain Marvel. And the adult Captain Marvel was patterned after Fred McMurray.
Okay. Yes, that's what
This
they
is
did in the
1940. This
second
is
one, too, then. Okay.
yeah.
And then the characters split to the two different franchises because isn't Shazam DC and Captain Marvel now Marvel?
Yeah.
It would kind of be Marvel, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
But haven't they all merged? I mean, DC was Batman, and Superman was Action Comics, and Marvel was Whiz Comics for a couple of years back, about 85 years ago.
I tell you what, I think Darren even mentioned it. It's like Iron Man, the original movie, was classic. It was wonderful. And that should have just been it, because they just went. I just think they all went downhill from there.
Oh yeah,
I did like that.
There's a reason they call it cape shit.
I like the first Deadpool. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, with Clint Eastwood and the little Corvette.
Yeah, Dirty Harry. I liked the second Deadpool had its moments.
Oh, you make the same joke every time. So don't get on my case.
Do you know where Deadpool got his start at?
Probably sweeping up.
Movie.
Deadpool actually, the original concept for the character Deadpool actually was in G.I. Joe.
Ah.
Do you remember that little group that came in that was on Cobra's side? It was Zartan and his little group of like hillbilly hicks from the swamp and stuff like that.
I never watched one episode of that.
Well, no, this was in the comics.
You know,
they actually had a comic, and they actually had a character in there. His name was Deadpool, and he kind of dressed up and had the double guns and stuff. And
Keaton, you didn't that last time you didn't give a link. You just gave her name, so I didn't know which channel.
They can't. You can't put a link in the YouTube chat.
Yeah,
it doesn't allow it.
Well, we'll put it in a comment on one of my videos. Put in the link, and maybe I'll be able to do it there. Hi, Fidesco.
Hey, Fidesco. All right, well, what you could do is, because generally a YouTube link is like youtube.com/ and then it's something, a name, and maybe usually some numbers after it, and just leave off the .com. We'll figure that part out on our own.
Well, or worst comes to worst, just tell me what the avatar is, so I'll know what I'm looking for. Yeah, we're doing great, Fidesco. My internet went out, so I'm at Thomas's place now. Yeah.
Now, speaking of Thomas, I'm trying to get hired with FDOT. I put in my application, so.
Oh, really?
I want to be one of those cool road rangers, man.
Oh, yeah.
Road Ranger.
We got Rangers, not a Rager.
Oh.
Yeah, they got them up around, I think we got about 6 or so in the Jacks area. So we'd be in District 2 then.
Yeah, well, I'd be in Marion County, so.
Okay.
I mean, hell, they paid.
I believe that's District 2. So
yeah, it was. They pay $25 an hour, and you work like 12-hour shifts for 3 days a week. So
that sounds better, like a better deal than what you got now. But I know you love the job you're in now.
Yay.
So what do they range? I mean, do they just sort of stand around the cowboy hats?
You literally drive up and down the interstate and help people broke down on the side of the highway.
Oh.
That's it. That's all you do. You take the job away from the state troopers and stuff so they can concentrate on their job.
Ah, which is
What,
eating
you had that
donuts.
truck with all the lights all over it, the big yellow
Yeah.
trucks.
Well, they're not yellow. The ones here are white and say F dot on the side and say Ranger, and you
There
see the
was one-
signs
there
all
was
over the
one in-
place.
Be careful though. There was one in Alabama when I lived there. He floofied on the side of the road there. You know, with one of those.
And I think they also do what, highway incident management too there, Thomas?
Yeah, they do. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, if there's a big accident, you got to close lanes off. They're the ones who close the lanes off.
Ah,
I actually had to sign up for hurricane duty this year. So if there's a hurricane in another district, I'll be relocated, waving traffic or something, making double time.
Just bring hand sanitizer.
And we just had a pretty
I just
nasty
said
highway.
that because you said it, and that guy that lives on your farm there, he said that. Bring it. It's like I never heard that before. Bring hand sanitizer. I never knew hurricanes were germ fest. I knew floodwaters are. What was he talking about, Thomas?
We're talking about being road rangers.
yeah.
But the
Looking around in Thomas's moats that he built.
and all I know
Yeah.
is my commute time from home to work has gone from 20 minutes to an hour because some dumbass hit an overpass bridge here in Ocala with an excavator trying to go underneath of it, and that's the
I
bridge.
think I saw that.
And guess what? That's the bridge that I take every day going to and from work. And guess what? Now I got to take the long way around.
Well, they get the
'cause
bridge fixed in the next 10 or 15 years,
we
right?
have incidents like that, Dave. They post them all through. We get them in an email.
Uh-huh.
So
Happened last Friday afternoon, I think.
yeah, I think I did see that.
Yeah.
Darren said that my dad he forgot because my dad drove a dump truck, and he said he left the dump part up and hit an overpass or hit a bridge with it. And my dad said, no, I didn't do that. I don't know. It's just one of those legends. It probably didn't happen.
And what is it you do, Thomas? You manage the grants and stuff like that?
No, I'm a final estimate specialist, so I'm the guy that makes sure everybody gets paid and the paperwork's up tight.
Okay.
Because for each project we get federal funding, and usually the CEI groups, the engineering groups, will screw up the paperwork, and I gotta make sure they make it straight. So
7, 8, lay it straight.
It sucks because it's. I mean, I'm closing out like 12 projects right now, and everybody has posed up all their paperwork.
And Keaton said, have you heard Bill Jensen? Doesn't ring a bell.
Bill Jensen, like Jensen speakers, Jensen stereo.
I guess I heard your stereo. It seems like it's pretty good.
Speaking of stereos, remember Blaupunks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Weren't those like
get them through Crutchfield magazine?
Yeah, weren't those like supposed to be like the cream of the crop stereo systems too?
Yeah.
Well, they came factory in Mercedes Benz. So
What happened to it? They just go away now?
Thomas
I'm sure they're probably still around, but they're all made in Vietnam now.
Thomas gave me his big speakers, and my
Ah,
Sony receiver couldn't handle them. They're too
Really?
big. They're too big. Yeah.
Hell, I had a
Or they were
tower
the
of
wrong
power in my
ohms?
room.
Yeah, I guess so. They were big speakers, and I just got like a Sony from the '90s. I don't know. I don't even know how many watts it is. But I ended up finally buying a Polka, not Polka, but it was a Pile. It was a 2,000 watt receiver.
ah.
Oh, I could finally power those speakers that I don't have anymore that Thomas had, and I didn't have it very long, and then one channel went out on it. I barely even used it, and there was no customer support, and so I gave them a 1 star on Amazon. Told them to
As you should.
F themselves. Yeah,
I used to have the tower of power.
Yeah, they'll never buy from them again. It's a junk.
I used to have the tower of power. When you had the amplifier and the equalizer and the dual cassette deck
That's
tape.
what I
and the
got. That's
radio
what I got in my
center.
living room. I still got my '93 Sony system.
The Tower of Power.
Yeah, I like it.
What is hit?
What's that? What is the Tower of Power?
Yeah, the band What Is Hip?
And then you had the two big ass speakers on each side, you know, that
That's what I got. I got the wooden speakers with the three.
Yep.
I like, but I don't have a big living room, so I don't need anything
Mm.
that
What are you
giant. That, and I don't want to upset the neighbors by having stuff that's too loud.
oh, but they can upset you.
I know that was a joke. I finally took out the padding behind my drum kit, so I got just the window there now. Because I'm just like, screw-
Get him, Timmy. See, stick up for yourself. I like
Yeah.
it.
well, I did. I told you I did talk to that guy a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. You said he was nice, but he didn't do anything about it.
No, that was the guy with the diesel truck, his friend.
Ah.
Well, he did do it. He parks further back in his yard now. Because he's got kind of a circular area where they turn around, so he's kind of on the other end of his property with this. But he still leaves it idling, and I still smell it and I still hear it. But I guess it's not quite as bad. I still understand. It's like he lives there. He just idles at. He comes there like 5-10 times a day, and sometimes he just idles that thing for an hour. But he was like when the one time I did talk to him, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just here waiting for Doofus to get home." So it's like, well, I guess he
Well,
knows
people think that you need to keep a diesel running for some reason. First off, you're not in Fairbanks, so that's out, and you can certainly shut it off and it'll start right back up.
Yeah, and there was you just got to what you got to turn the key to let the glow plug go. Get hot. That's all.
When it's cool, cold, yeah. When it's warm, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, but they had another neighbor who I was talking to him and I was kind of complaining about that guy. He's like, well, it's actually good for a diesel truck to keep it going. And I'm just thinking,
Yeah, that's old. That's old wives' tale.
yeah, but my thought was, even if it did, what do you effing do? I don't care.
Well, first of all, my mind would immediately go to, at $5 a gallon for diesel gas, I wouldn't be running anything for.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it.
No, it's an old wives' tale. It goes back to the 40s and 50s when diesels were a new thing. No, you don't leave them run. That's silly. In fact, in California, the commercial trucks now, you can't let them idle. They'll just shut off after about 30 seconds.
Boy, I wish his did. He's got the loudest truck in the whole damn neighborhood. I can tell when it's coming, when it's a couple blocks away. And now that neighbor, he cut down a lot of the bush that was between the road and his house. So it's like when I look out my window that's right by my bed, I see all the damn ugly places across the street and everything. It's like, oh, why did you have to do that? I really wish I could just go back 5 years and buy that lot. I'd had a big ass yard and I wouldn't have had near as much stress and tried to deal with. But can't go back.
Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it quits because I got to get up early tomorrow.
Well, if you're going, then I probably should too, because I'm sure Thomas wants to get ready for bed too.
So a short episode of the show tonight. And
It's okay.
Well, the way it started, I thought we were going to be nothing. I thought I was just going to have to stand there and just sort of look at the screen.
I was waiting for my power to come back on. So
I know.
Well, shoot, I don't even think if I hadn't have made it, I don't know if Tony would have been able to do it because he wasn't a co-sponsor of the thing.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about that. I was, as soon as you made me the manager on there, I was prepared to, and was doing the OBS. I should have explicitly said it instead of just. I have a tendency to kind of assume people know what I'm doing, when really I ought to tell them.
Well, when I was kneeling with the laptop on the couch arm and the monitors flat on the floor when I started doing this today, and no signal almost, that was I couldn't even get my thoughts straight.
Yeah.
Plus I was
Gotta
still trying to calm down, from just from all the stress of having to figure this out. So anyway, well,
anyways,
I'm gonna
talk to you next week.
All right, we'll see you next week on BabbleGab, BabbleGab channel. Just search for BabbleGab.
Thanks, Keaton, Fedesco, Wendy Lou, Lewis.
And thank you to all of you that joined us.
So
Yeah.
Thank you, Putt.
Yeah.
And special thanks to Putt. And Steve, if you're still watching, hope you feel better, man.
Yeah,
I'll tune in tomorrow and see if you're back.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, take
All right.
care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, fellers.